Hey y'all, this is Toya. You tuned in to Healthy Talks and Walks with Toya, where we are generational curse breakers that are growing in the uncomfortable. Hey y'all. So I am still covering Belize. I think I got maybe 2 or 3 more episodes. I will do that after this necessary healing. So I decided to do this necessary hurt. I decided to do this because it was really heavy on my heart as I'm walking through different seasons and people that I interact with and things like that. So when it's fresh on my heart, I like to go ahead and just, roll with it. And so anyway, so when I think about necessary hurt, the next person I think about is King David. King David, and the reason I think about him is because I read this book when I was in the college at the church, and it's called Tales of the Three Kings. And so the Tales of the Three Kings is about King David, King Saul, and his son King Absalom. Well, he wasn't a king, but his son Absalom, right? And so basically what happened is, obviously everybody know God anointed David to be the king. Saul at first, he was happy with David and everything, but then once he noticed the call that was on David's life, he began to get jealous, right? The people started talking to him saying, Saul killed in the thousands and David's killed in the 10,000s. Y'all need to go read the whole thing. It's in 2 Samuel and all of that. Make a long story short though, during this time, David was still in the kingdom. He was in there, and Saul was just really treating him badly, like treating him so bad. It was crazy how he was doing it. He would just like pick up a spear and throw it at David's head, right? And so when I think about that, I think about just even some of the things we go through in life, right? When we're on jobs or we, have people in our life. So many times people spend time talking about the Judas in our life. Judas cannot stop you from doing what it is that God called you to do. Only you can do that, right? And so here's what I like to talk about: the necessary hurt that David went through. He went through all of that. It was on several occasions when he could have gotten revenge. He could have killed Saul. I think it was 2 times mentioned where he had caught up with Saul, or Saul caught up with him, and Saul was in a deep sleep, and he took and he cut a hem of his garment. And he did that to show Saul, I could have killed you then, but I didn't, right? And we're talking about necessary hurt. And so during this time, what God was doing was training David's heart posture, right? And the reason he was doing that was because it was going to become a time where certain circumstances would make him question, am I going to go back? Am I going to go and be a Saul? Am I going to be a dictator? Am I going to be this person that hurt me? And so certain hurts, God used those circumstances to train our heart posture for growth, for elevation. Because, hey, we can't worry about how other people do stuff when they get in leadership position, when they get the big stage, when they get the money, when they get whatever. Only person you can worry about is you, right? So when I think about that, I think about how God trained David's heart with being under Saul. He wouldn't defy him. He wouldn't speak ill of him or any of those things, right? And all this time, God was training his heart. So later on, if you get the book, it's so amazing. Tales of the Three Kings. I'll put it in the comments. Anyways, later on, his son tried to steal the kingdom from him. And so in that moment, he had an opportunity to where he could have became a Saul and killed his son. However, he didn't. That's what made him a great king. That's what made him a man after God's own heart. Even after he fell and God showed him where he fell at, his humility, his willingness to get right and to really please God with his heart posture, not even considering himself being a fool or considering himself being weak, because the people that were around him was telling him, well, you need to go kill him and this and that. And he was like, no, I won't do such a thing, because I didn't lift a finger to get this kingdom, and I won't lift a finger to keep it. And what he was merely saying is, God gave me this kingdom. And if God gave it, what if God is saying my time is up? If God is saying my time is up, then I'm well with that. But we will see. But I won't dirty my hands to keep this kingdom. And so, again, that's first spiritual, second natural. I think about a time when I was working at the prison. And, I always talk about it. And one of the times it was just very trying for me. And one time I remember it was very tough emotionally, mentally, all of that. I went to the bathroom at work and I cried. I was in the bathroom and I cried and I said, God, if this is what you would have me do, I said, I'll do it, but I need my joy. I need my joy to face this, Lord. And I went in that bathroom and I cried out to God. And I came out and I was crying real tears. And I came out and I put on some gospel music. And before I knew it, I had my joy. Something in my spirit shifted. The Lord heard my cry. And when I tell you, I said, okay, God, I got my joy. I'll face it. And before I know it, when I really released it over to God, that necessary hurt that I faced and went through, I was able to see that God can, because he did. I began to pray for the people promotion. I began to pray for just different things. Lord, strengthen me where I'm weak. Give me the wisdom. Shield me so I don't become the very thing that's hurting me. So some hurt is necessary. Because when we're trained by that hurt, God knows, guess what? When I get her in the right space, when I get her where I'm taking her to, I don't have to worry about her treating people any kind of way. I don't have to worry about her becoming a Saul, because guess what? I've killed the Saul in her. So I just want to encourage you guys, the necessary hurt. Understand this. God knows the hurt that you're going through. He know that. And he didn't stop it. He didn't stop it because, again, like I said the last episode, it wasn't to the death of you. It is going to be to the growing of you. It's character development. Trust him. Give it to him. Cry out to him. Go and read 2 Samuel about how David went through all of that with Saul. He eventually ended up running off and everything. All because he didn't want to disturb the kingdom. Will you do that? Can you say, hey, guess what? If it came down to that, if it's going to be between me and him, I'd rather just leave than disrupt the kingdom. That's maturity, guys. So I just wanted to encourage somebody today because it was fresh on my heart. Again, like I say, I like to put it out there when it's there and it's nice and fresh. Hey, don't judge my nails still, please. I'm working on it. Anyways, you guys have a good one. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and share because it may bless somebody else. Peace.